Lavanya.
Hi everyone, Anya.
So can somebody run me through where we are? Well, we created a test plan, and now we're waiting for a connection to the database servers and network connect. And I think that's where everyone is at. I don't know if anyone got connection to network connect or the database servers yet.
So, there's two tickets out there for each of the team members. One is to get access to Network Connect UI to run the test cases related for CMS testing. One is to test the back end. The other ticket is out there to connect to Connect database, that is AS400. So we have two tickets out there. So the data is loaded to RL1 as of today. I think it's an L2 testing that's in Karen's queue, but that will be going to be in our queue in a day or two, because we are hoping to send a test file by 18th of June to the plant. But then what I have heard from today's CMS meeting was UPD is, we are still in the process of extracting the FlexCare. It's not, the FlexCare data is not completely fed into UPD, that's what I've heard. But then most of the fields for the provider extract that's going to go on the extract file are based off of Connect. So we are good there. So yeah, this is the current status. So if you could send me those tickets, like I can work with the Tech Help Connect to get them resolved, because at Beacon we have to be recurringly either calling them or be on our toes to get that done, because they have multiple tickets for those folks working in those areas.
Okay, so Lavanya, what we're asking each person to do is to send you an email with their two tickets.
Yes, what is the status on the current tickets? Because when I was last gone, before Friday, it was last week, I have open ticket. I tried to send that to you as well to escalate them. So I just want to know the status. Did it, move further or?
So the question is, for the four of you, right? For Asmita, Dan, Darrell, and Mohammed, do each of you have have you each submitted the two tickets?
Yes. I've submitted a bunch of tickets for a bunch of different things. I don't know what specifically. The only things I don't have are, I have all the Toad and SQL and Oracle. I just don't know what servers we're supposed to be requesting access to. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've requested them. I just don't know where they stand.
Okay, so here's what I'd like everybody to do. Right? I'd like everybody to create an Excel spreadsheet, and for all the tickets related to SQL Server, Toad, access to whatever it is, in the first column, put the ticket number, in the second column, what it was you were requesting. And then I'd like everybody to send it to Dan. And Dan, I'd like to consolidate that into one spreadsheet. And then the third column, on each row, put your name, right? Because Dan is going to consolidate this into one spreadsheet. And then in the fourth column, if you know the ticket's been completed, put whether it's open or closed, right?
Okay.
So most of these tickets put there are going to be closed, right? Because a lot of you have SQL and other types of things so far, right? So what they'll do is they'll give us a single picture, right, for Lavanya to see what you have access to, right? What you've gotten in terms of software access, et cetera, and it will give her a picture as to what still remains open, right? And if by chance somebody hasn't asked for either a certain software or certain access to something, she'll be able to see in the Excel spreadsheet, and then she can reach out to you and have you certificate for something that you might have missed. Does that work for everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
That'll save Lavanya a lot of time than just getting a bunch of emails from you guys, right? Okay, good. Okay, so as Lavanya mentioned, we are behind in moving the FlexCare data over to you. We also, in terms of testing the Connects data, there's an echo or something going on. In terms of FlexCare, in terms of the Connects data, we're also, still testing that. So we have about 200 scripts, 210 scripts to test the data in UPD, and we've run about half of them. And half of those scripts have run cleanly, and half have come up with bugs, right? Roughly. And because we're not quite ready to, quote, test the data UPD going to EDI, I'm going to have you guys work over the next week with the team that is testing the data from the legacy systems to UPD. And this may go on for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go back to the slide that I showed each of you when you first started. And you should be able to see my screen. I'm going to go into presentation mode. And can you all see my slide here?
Yes.
Okay. So essentially, I'm looking for my arrow. Here's my arrow. Essentially, I'm going to have you start working with Jeff and his team to start testing the data that's coming from Connects into UPD and the data that's going from FlexCare. Now, they have a very extensive test plan, and as I mentioned, they have about 210 test scripts, and the person that you'll probably be working the closest with, her name is Chris, and the other person you might work closely with, her name is Sharon. And I'm going to send out an email either later today or tomorrow to Jeff and copying you all, and then Jeff and Chris and Sharon will outreach to you guys and start engaging you to get you involved in my arrow again. It keeps disappearing on me. Maybe I didn't pay my royalties on my arrow. But where you see those two red arrows and you see Jeff and team, right? And that's also going to help you understand, because essentially these are going to be the same data elements, right? That'll be in UPD that then we want to test to make sure they all get to the EDI phase, right? The EDI step, and then the step going from EDI to the client. Any questions? Lavanya, any questions?
So we already, I mean, we have test plan built by Dorel, so that's going to be the arrow from EDI to the client. So just to clarify them, so we already have a test plan built by Sharon and team. So the test cases that have already failed will be shared with the team to retest them and ensure that the regression testing is thoroughly done before we extract and send the data from EDI to the client. That's somewhere in mid of June.
So I'm not sure I'm following 100%. So
the green arrow represents testing from Connect and the UPD. Where are we testing this? Like in here, two red arrows, the team is going to test.
So again, I'm not quite following. So originally our scope are the yellow dots, right? There's some data going from Connects directly to EDI. Some data going from UPD to EDI. There's some data potentially going from FlexCare to EDI, right? So our scope, this, and this, right? Right. And so whatever test plan you have, if it's comprehensive, right, covers these 4 yellow dots, right? And within the test plan, theoretically, right, if it's a full test plan, you have scripts, right? These are the test scripts you're going to run. You're going to find the result. You're going to record the result. And if you find a bug, then you're going to kick it back to the technical team. They're going to go fix it. You're going to rerun the script. But every time you have them, they fix a bug, right? You have to rerun all your scripts because they could end up breaking something while they go in to fix something, right? We've all seen that happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So all I'm saying is, right, until the data is, getting pretty solid here, right, we can still do some testing, right? But the reality is, this is where the ball game starts, right? Right? Because this is the bulk of the data, and this is where the ball game is. So what we're doing is we're having you guys focus starting tomorrow, right? And helping this team run their 210 test scripts.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? And over time, depending on how this goes, right, 1 or 2 of you may stay over here for a while, and then maybe somebody's going to move over here, and somebody's going to move over here, and somebody's going to move over here, and somebody's going to move over here, right? So, but we're going to expand our scope a little bit to try to accelerate this testing. Are you getting dizzy by me moving this around?
No, I think now it's clear. No, the problem.
Okay. Any questions? To me, it's very clear, so I don't think there should be any. Maybe it's just clear to me. I'm just trying to make sure you guys have a chance to ask any questions to make sure you got it.
Do we need to request anything for Jeff team to work with them?
So that's a great question. So that could be one of the first questions you and Jeff and Chris and Sharon, whoever it is, work out. You might need additional access to certain things, And if you do, they'll be the ones to tell you to submit a ticket to go get access to X, Y, or Z. Right?
Yeah.
Or we could update the same existing ticket to request access to connect to the database that UPD is resided on. I hope that SQL Server, I have already put it there, but we could update the ticket for to add a note there. We also need access to the SQL Server just because we have to do testing for CMS in UPD.
Right. So again, between Chris and Lavanya and Sharon and Jeff, they ought to be able to point you, to submit whatever tickets you need to submit, or they can submit them for you, right? Good?
Yeah, I think if we're able to get just a list of servers, not like me, I have SQL, I have Toad, I just don't have any server access or not even knowing what to actually request. So, yeah, if they can just kind of break that down, that would be super helpful.
Great. And if any of the four of you have access, you can to certain servers or instances, you can certainly share that with Dan or among yourselves. Because again, if one of you has gotten access to X, Y, or Z, in theory, you all need access to the same stuff, right?
Asita, don't we have VAD, FCR, MO2 server information on the ticket for SQL Server?
Oh, the one that you shared?
Yes, the server information.
Yeah, I shared with everyone. Even I'm waiting for that. I did submit a ticket. I'm still waiting for it. I did share that with everyone. I think all of them have submitted it. That's what it was.
Did you also get your task ID mapped to Network Connect? Remember, like last time you were able to get in your user ID, but then it was throwing an error that it was not mapped.
That's right, because we needed extra access for dev that has to be requested again. I have requested it. I'm still waiting.
Okay. As Steve mentioned, could you please send the spreadsheet with the tickets that I have already created? If I have to update those tickets and send that today, and Steve could escalate that all these tickets to See, just an FYI, Mark Grant is so busy, and in order for all the team members to get UI access to the front end, all of their user IDs on Network Connect have to be mapped back internally. So I would email you specifically that as well.
Right. If you need me to escalate anything, let me know.
Sure, I will.
Okay. Have a great day. I'll get that email out either tonight or tomorrow. Bye.
Right. Have a good day.